guys, welcome to Grammar and Writing Lesson 21. Started with vocabulary as usual. We have a prefix focus today. The prefix a or sometimes an, so it can be a or an. Again, this has a Greek origin. This means not, without, or lacking. It's kind of the idea of being the opposite of something else. So whatever your root is, when you have a and an as your prefix, it's like the opposite of that root. So not having that, being without that, lacking that. So anaerobic. The definition of aerobic, that's the presence of oxygen. So with anaerobic is without oxygen. You're lacking oxygen. You don't have oxygen. Because aerobic is with oxygen, anaerobic is without oxygen. For example, the anaerobic activity of nonstop sprinting left me breathless. So when you are sprinting, this is something that you're not getting in oxygen to your muscles when you sprint. So it's anaerobic, without oxygen. Okay, the next one is aphonic. Aphonic is without sound or silence, because phonic, that root, means with sound. So when phonic refers to sounds, aphonic means you're without sound, it's silent. When one mouths the words to a song, we say it is aphonic. So when a person is just mouthing along, you've got your lips moving, but you're not actually singing, then it's aphonic because it's without sound, it's silent. Okay, let's practice. Fill in the blank with the correct vocabulary word or possibly a little bit of a definition. Oh, and before we get started, one quick thing to mention about that is in these exercises, it may be the words anaerobic and aphonic. It might also be the words aerobic or phonic. So just so you're aware that that could be an option. All right, let's do the first one again. Running, biking, and jogging are examples of exercises requiring oxygen. They are forms of blank exercise. So they require oxygen. Which one would require oxygen? Number 2, the silent movie was blank. The silent movie was blank. A power lift and a sprint do not require steady oxygen uptake, so they are blank exercises. Power lift and a sprint, they do not need oxygen, so they are blank exercises. Number 4, the videographer added sound to create blank tapes. He added sound to create blank tapes. Number 5, the prefixes a and an mean not or blank. Prefixes a and an mean not or blank. Okay, let's look at the answers. Number 1, it's aerobic because they require oxygen, so aerobic, not anaerobic. Aerobic because they do need oxygen. The silent movie was aphonic, so there's no sound, aphonic. Number 3, anaerobic because they do not require steady oxygen, so they are anaerobic. Number 4, phonic. It has to be phonic because it does have sound. And number 5, a and an mean not. They can also mean without or lacking. Okay, how'd you do? Hope you did well there. Let's talk about your writing. We're continuing to prepare to write our own personal experience narrative, personal narrative. So let's talk about getting details, getting more in your writing when you write a personal experience narrative. When writing a personal experience narrative, Try to recall as many details and feelings as you can from that time. What was going on in your mind at the time? These details make your writing real, immediate, meaning it feels like it's happening right now, and interesting for your audience. When you write without details, your writing is very, very boring. So you need details. You can use a sensory chart to record all of your feelings about your topic. And that's what you have for your homework today. You're going to be filling out a sensory chart. Sensory refers to all of your senses. Remember, you have five senses. Taste, feel, smell, hear, see. All of those five senses. So you want to use your sensory chart to record all of your feelings about your topic that you're writing about. That can help you to organize details, help you to remember details that maybe you've forgotten. So for your homework, you're going to be completing the section that says using a sensory chart. You need to think of a time when you were very scared. Try to recall that experience with all five of your senses. Fill in the chart with sensory details from your memory of that time. By the way, if there's anyone who's not sure, the word scared, that's when you had miedo of something. So you want to think of a time when you had a lot of miedo. So the first part, you need to write in a complete sentence what your experience was. This is not where you include the details. You just tell me what happened. What was the experience? Maybe you got lost at night in the woods or something like that. So tell me what the experience was in one complete sentence. Number two, you need to answer the question, what did you see? So write down it does not have to be complete sentences. It can be just phrases, but write down as much as you can think of. So sit there and think, what did you see? For this, you might even want to close your eyes so that you can just focus on those memories of what you saw at the time and be as specific as possible. You know, you saw gray sneakers and a red barn, you know, whatever you can think of. Think of as many details as possible. When you turn this into me, if I see just like one or two things written down in the box, no, that's not acceptable. If you can't think of very many details, then you need to choose a different experience because it's not going to be enough, okay? Make sure you have plenty of details. It may require you sitting and thinking for a few minutes, okay? So you might have to sit there for like 5 minutes and think about something before it all comes to your mind, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of time to complete your homework. Number two is, what did you hear? So think about all the sounds that were involved. Were there birds chirping? Were there cars going by? Were there weird scratching noises? You know, what was happening at the time? What did you feel? Okay, so this feeling, you can do feeling as in your emotions, things like feeling miedo, but also this is talking about your sense of touch, your sense of touch. So maybe you felt cold air on your skin. Maybe you got scratched by a branch as you were walking through the forest, so you felt that rough branch on your skin, you know, things like that. What did you smell? Did you smell wood burning on a fire? Someone was cooking chicken, I don't know. And all kinds of possibilities there. What did you smell? Number 6, what did you taste? Sometimes when you're super scared, have you ever noticed that you can taste like blood in your mouth or something like that? Things like that. What did you taste? Maybe you tasted nothing and you can just put that, no, I had no taste. Or having no taste at all, that is something interesting if you have absolutely no taste. So just write down as much as you can think of to go with those questions. So complete elaborating a personal experience, page 3. That's what you have to do today is to complete that. So if you have any questions, you get stuck, can't think of anything, just let me know. And we'll see what we can work through together, okay? That's all you have for today. Have a wonderful day. Bye.